Welcome to the Peter Leg Podcast, where you're empowered to lead, inspire, and influence. Now, here's your host and mentor, best-selling author, internationally acclaimed speaker, and community leader, Dr. Peter Leg.
It is my pleasure to have with me today Nipa Bhalla, who is chair, I think I'm using the right word, chair of the Age is Just a Number Gala, which is in support of the Senior Service Society of BC, and the role of the organization we're going to talk about later. But Nipa, welcome. Good to have you here. I'm honored that your organization would ask me to MC that dinner, and I'm privileged to do so. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. And we are equally as privileged and honored to have you MC us. It's very exciting for our audience.
My pleasure. Well, how many people are you expecting?
We're hoping for 250 people. If we can get 250, that would be amazing.
Would that be a record for this dinner?
It would be a record for this dinner. Absolutely. It would be standing room only, I think.
So how do we make that happen?
So, I mean, there's many different ways. I mean, number one, it's been 3 years since we've done this. Since the pandemic, we've really, not been able to do an event to this scale. So this is the first time that we're finally gathering the entire community of New Westminster all together in support of seniors and vulnerable seniors in their local community. So we're quite excited about it. A lot of things have changed in the last 3 years. Our social media has increased, our engagement, our presence, our visibility has increased. So we're really hoping that this year we're able to kind of pack the house. Yeah.
And how many, if you pack the house sold out, how many people would that be?
About 250, between 220 and 250.
And how are ticket sales going to date?
They're going well. Yeah, we haven't quite targeted our numbers, but it is summer, it's August. So we fully expect that by the first week of September, we're going to probably hit hopefully between 150 to 200, and we'll continue to push.
So you're looking for a sellout, and there's going to be a big bash, as they say.
It is going to be a big bash, and it's exciting for New Westminster because prior to this, many people talked about this event. They were excited about it. And in the past, we've done various things. We've done casino nights. We've actually had it at a casino at one point. We've done various things over the many years. We always have a silent auction, and we always have a 50-50, and that really does draw the crowd. So we're quite excited about that.
So why should members of this audience support this particular evening?
Well, I think most importantly, it's the cause, and we want people to be drawn to our cause, which is exactly that. We're helping vulnerable seniors in the local community, and actually even beyond the local community. When we think about all the support services that we offer, the amount of seniors, we have over 2,000 seniors that we help in support services alone, and they come to our doors, they call needing or requiring some form of service, whether they need form filling, whether they need a meal, whether they need grocery shopping or help or medical transportation. That's what we're here to do. And in order to help that volume of seniors, we need the funds. So that's really important to us. On the other side, we're also doing so much work in housing. We've increased what we are able to provide for housing services. In order to keep up with that demand, we need the money. So really, we want people to be drawn to our cause.
Is there anything you don't do for seniors?
Well, I mean, there's many things we can't do, but of course, no. We mostly work on the vulnerable sector. So those seniors who are low income, who really do need a little extra help, those are the seniors that we see on a daily basis.
Is there one common denominator as to why these seniors are in this position at this time of their life?
Well, I don't know about one, but I can tell you two for sure. One is that our housing situation is quite dire. To have housing and rents going up at the rate that they've been going up in Vancouver the last 10 years, I want to say something like 48%. That is nearly impossible for anyone on a fixed income, particularly older adults, to be able to keep up with. So that's one huge reason that we're seeing a lot of people come through our doors. And the other reason really is that there aren't enough organizations like us that provide services for seniors. So, and I'm talking about social support. So when I talk about form filling or medical transportation, meals, grocery, we're one of very few organizations in the Lower Mainland that can do that. So it's demand for those services.
So how many people, I know you're responsible for anyone in this age category, but you just work in kind of the New Westminster area. How many people need you in that area?
In New Westminster, about 2,500.
2,500. That's still a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. That's right. That's right. In total, our services, we help over 7,000, and that includes our housing services as well.
That's all in New Westminster?
No, 7,000 includes everybody in the Lower Mainland because we do have a provincial-wide mandate for our housing.
Is there one common denominator that is your biggest problem?
Our biggest barrier, obviously, it's the funding, right? We do expect regular funding from our crowds, from our audiences. What I am learning over the course of the last 6 or 7 years, our donor base has increased, which is really fantastic, and I think that's because of the visibility that we've had. But it's still not enough, and having regular funds that come in every year that we can count on, that's really important, that we can count on, is really essential to continuing our services at the level that we're continuing them.
Would you be allowed to divulge a kind of a number that you're looking for that would be optimum?
Well, our goal this year is to make $100,000. So it's a very big goal, but it's also a very big effort. And again, 3 years out, we haven't been able to do it. Now, coming off of the success of, and Peter, you might be familiar with Santa for Seniors, we have been so successful in our online and our virtual campaign, Santa for Seniors, that we're hoping that that's also going to help us with the gala. People remember us. They know us as the organization that helps seniors. And so our hope is that they remember the good work that we've always been doing with Santa for Seniors and continue to let that come into our gala. The gala is a great place for us to showcase our work. So they may have been donors for previous campaigns of ours, but they can come into our gala and they can see what those dollars have actually done. And some of the real impactful work that we've done in the last 3 years, really.
So what would be optimum for you for this evening, for this gala, for the dollars that you would expect to raise?
I would love to see about, oh, sorry, go on.
Other than the awareness for the cause.
Yeah, I'd love to see us clear $100,000.
Okay, that'd be a great objective.
That would be ideal. Yeah, if we could gross about 100,000, and I would say then actually receive a profit, and a net amount of 75 from that would be an incredible start for us.
Is the government supportive of what you're doing?
Yes, the government's quite supportive. Absolutely. BC Housing, especially, I think they've been a very, very strong supporter of our work, especially this past year. They've recognized that we, in order for us to expand and move forward, we do need to look at our technologies, look at our customer service and how we are doing our service delivery. So they've been outstanding supporters of our work, and we're quite fortunate to have them.
Well, tell us a little about this gala. How do people go to, where exactly is it? What time is it? What day of the week is it? And how do people get tickets?
All right. So the gala is on September 28th, 2023. It's a couple of days before October 1st, which is National Seniors Day. So our gala almost always coincides with National Seniors Day. In terms of getting tickets, well, we've got quite a bit of social media out there, but we're more than happy to share the link in the QR code. Jump onto our website. There is a fairly large icon on there that says just purchase tickets today. Those are some great ways for you to support. In other ways that people can also support is we're still looking for silent auction items. So as of this air date, we could still use some big ticket items It really draws the crowds and makes the crowds quite excited. We're doing really well in terms of the support we've gathered from our local community, but we could use some more help in that way. And the other way, many businesses.
Can you give us an example of some of the things that you might like?
Oh, we would love to get, tickets to some, any kind of play, any type of theater event that's happening downtown, sports tickets we can use. Trying to think of some of the travel companies, if there are any travel companies and they're able to donate any type of hotel suite for a couple of nights, we would love that. Yeah, any other items, big or small, gift cards, we can always put them into certain baskets, gift baskets, wine, we can take just about anything. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I asked you this question. If I did, I won't want to do it again anyway. Do you have an objective you would like to raise on this night?
Yes, I'd like to be able to raise, let's put it this way, we want to raise a gross of 100,000. We want to net 75,000.
Okay, that's the objective. Raise 100 and net, no, raise 100,000 and net 75,000.
That's right.
That's a good objective. Well, I will be there. I'm honored to be your MC for the night. Thank you for asking. And anything I can do, I want, hopefully somebody will call and ask.
I absolutely will. I think that we have such a great rapport, and I really appreciate everything you've done so far. And just being on the podcast is fabulous. Being able to be able to tell people what it is that we do need, that's helpful. So thank you so much.
If people watching or listening to this podcast are moved to do something today, how would they do it and where would they send the money?
Well, they are welcome to contact me directly at Senior Services Society of BC. And if they're so moved, as I said, the items that we need the most are sponsorship items. So if anybody's willing to sponsor the event at any level, I am happy to work with you directly. Secondly, we need silent auction items, which would be really helpful. Thirdly, if you have social media and you're able to just find our information and share it, please share it within your network. And lastly, purchase a ticket. Come see us, come visit us, find out what we're all about.
Do you have any entertainment that night?
We do. I'm not at liberty to say yet because I have details, but I don't have solid details.
Okay.
But I can tell you that there is going to be a cultural event. We just have to work out the fine details. Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking me to MC. I will be there, and obviously I'll be in touch with your office between now and then to get some fine details. But thank you so much, and I wish you all the success in the world, and I'll be as much part of that as I can.
That's great. Thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.